Good morning. I can hardly see the camera, so because the sun is much brighter than it usually is when I'm making these videos for you. I'm updating all of my classes at once, so try and stick with me. I'll tell you what class is on deck, so maybe you can fast forward to try and figure out where your class is, because I'm updating everyone individually, but I'm putting it all in the same video because adding transcriptions to the videos takes a few minutes, so I'd rather do it all in one video. Anyway, so I'm first talking about Intro to Poetry. The next class is going to be writing poetry. In Intro to Poetry, I just want to let you know that Essay 2 is optional. If you choose to write a second essay, that's great. You can just, I will just average that with Essay 1 in order to bring your grade up, and I will only bring your grade up. So if Essay 1 kind of stood on its own and you already are really satisfied with that grade, then you're fine. If Essay 2 is better and it brings Essay 1 up, that's great. If it brings Essay 1 down, I won't count it, okay? Somehow we had 6 explications for the semester, and I think explication 4 may have gotten swallowed by this whole transition, but we're just going to go ahead and call the next one explication 5. The last one will also be optional, so you will have one essay that you only have one explication left. I'll be posting lectures and discussions as often as I can, hopefully starting this week. In a nutshell, what you have left is 1 4 or 5 page research paper. Please don't kill yourself with it. Just a short research paper, 1 explication, and the final. The final is going to be like just short discussions of the poems. If you can support what you have to say from the text, you're going to be just fine. And as far as participation, that'll be assessed with the weekly work that we do, which will be either interacting on discussion boards or doing a short response. This week, I think the only thing you're doing is the explication. Oh, and a discussion board. But there isn't any additional writing this week beyond having a conversation with each other about how you felt about the poems. And I'm going to try and jump in on that, like 97% guarantee. Okay. Next class, writing poetry. The class that I'm getting to after writing poetry will be Shakespeare. So if you want to keep fast forwarding, go for it. In writing poetry, we're combining the 2 short projects that you have left into 1 longer one. So basically, you don't have to write 2 more short research papers. You just write 1 that's about 5 or 6 pages and you're good. Because in that class, we were just doing those short little research papers. And again, the 3rd one that we had to do kind of got swallowed up. The due date went by, and I don't want you guys to try and go back in time. It's already a kind of funky time we're living in. All right. So the grades that you have left for this semester are everything you'll be graded on is the book, participation via the discussion board, and generative work. That's just the stuff that you do when I say try and write this poem, try and write that poem. Revisions and discussions of those, and those will be assessed how they always have been, just like participation grade. Do you get it done if you can, when you can. Show me that you're trying to revise, talking to each other about your poems. You guys are making great work, and look at all of the stuff you have to write about now. Then also you're gonna have that 1 essay in the portfolio. So in sum, the book, the portfolio, participate in class with some regularity, and get that essay written. That class is covered, okay? I'll have a checklist on every Blackboard site. Next class I'm getting to is Shakespeare. So if you want to fast forward through Shakespeare, that's fine. For each play that we read, I'm going to ask you to submit a short study guide. The study guides are going to be a lot like the reading responses, except they're going to be guided and the questions are going to be shorter, rather than you coming up with one big idea on your own, which can be really hard to try and, especially without as much class discussion, to try and bring in a focus on that. So I'm just going to be asking you some questions to reflect on. So basically it'll be study guides that are mostly reflection questions. And I hope that'll take some of the pressure off you on those reading responses. Participation is going to be assessed over the discussion board. And so in this class, what you have left is study guides, one short research paper, and a final exam. That's it. All right, Comp 2. I didn't warn you Comp 2 was coming up after Shakespeare. After Comp 2 is Comp 1. I'm going to continue to look, we're going to continue to look at readings that support the work of the final projects. Participation is going to be assessed via discussion boards and project check-ins. The major projects you have left are Writing Project 3, which is that big multi-genre thing, and Writing Project 4, which is just a short reflection on the semester. So basically you've got those 2 things left. We've got some videos and some participation, but you're in the home stretch. Comp 1. After Comp 1 is Brit Lit. Project 3 in the research log is the research log for Project 4. We already know that. We're just going to continue to do short readings that support that work and that help you do the research. Participation is going to be obsessed. Yeah. Are we obsessed with a participation? I am. I'm kidding. Anyway, participation will be assessed through a combination of readings, responses like short little responses to what you read, check-ins, and the discussion boards. Major projects that you have left are Writing Project 3 and 4, remembering that Writing Project 3 is the research for Writing Project 4. Okay, Brit Lit. In Brit Lit, you're going to have only study guides for the rest of the semester, so no more response papers, just like in Shakespeare. Your second essay is going to be optional, so that if you feel like that first essay did it for you in terms of grades, don't worry about the second essay. I would love to read what you have to say. You have been blowing my mind all semester with your genius. And but your second essay can only bring your grade up. So if like you got an A on your first essay, you got a B on your second essay, I'm just going to give you an A and the essay, like under all the essay assessment. But if you got a B on your first essay, you got an A on your second essay, that could bring your grade up. And so all you have left are study guides and discussion boards, an optional essay, and the final exam. That's it. That's all. And I think that's everything. You guys are doing a great job. You've been very patient with me. I know that you are all under a lot of stress as well. And I hope you're taking really good care of yourselves. That's the most important thing. I'm going to remind you all one more time that due dates are not, they're really just suggestions. As long as everything's in at the end of the semester, I'm going to give you full credit. I know that these times are very unpredictable. They're definitely unprecedented. And assuming that everyone's lives are going along and easy right now is a very, very, I think, dangerous assumption in terms of your learning. So if you're getting behind, talk to me. I'll get you caught up. If you need an extra day, an extra week even on assignments, let me know. And just so I know that the work is coming in, so that I don't start to worry about you, because I worry about you. As long as everything's done by the end of the semester, we are good. Don't let that crush you. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, taking your vitamin C, and being good to yourself. We can make it through all this. We're going to be great. It's going to be great. Take care.